Oh my God, I love mudding. I hate drywalling. I love drywalling. I'm like, yeah. I'm going crazy. Before we go forward, have you watched the last episode of this? I left my impact on site and I have to use this one. We have to share one. Of course I would leave things on site. You know, my mom's nickname for me is Headless Chicken, which is my next tattoo idea. I think I'm gonna get a headless chicken. She calls me La Tao Gai. I did not know we bought extra thin drywall. It's an 1/8 inch thinner than it's 3/8, not a half. Oh shit, I forgot to cut it. Oopsies. Ugh. I managed to save some of the drywall. Thank goodness I didn't take it all to the dump, but yeah, I saved some of the drywall for the skinny pieces. Stefan's gonna do electrical in this room today. He's fixed so much electrical in this house. Man, this house was so sketchy. Okay, not bad. Specialty drywall. Well, it's not really special. This is called hot mud because it sets a lot faster and it's a lot harder once it dries to fill in all the cracks. This drywall is very uneven in the ceiling. It's pretty bad. Okay. Some of the unevenness of this area is so rough. I'm gonna hide it because it's gonna be behind the closet anyways, but I still can't get over how bad these joints are. Let's get the day going. Honestly, nothing beats flow state mudding. It took me all day, first of all, which I know is very expensive. So like, don't hire me to be a drywaller. I also don't like hanging the drywall, but you should see these corners. I have been mudding for, I think like a week and a half at this point. I'm going through my footage right now. Guess when I started mudding? Today is March 11th. I've been mudding for 9 days. It's not even, oh, I guess I did go to work a couple times. Well, let's just say 9 days. Ugh, I've been mudding for a week and it's not even a whole room. It was just patches of a room. Fire me. The whole conversation I'm having with myself while I'm mudding is, this is gonna be behind a closet. This is gonna be behind a half wall. It doesn't need to be perfect. It's gonna be hidden. No one's gonna see it. And still, I can't get myself to not level it out. I started by finishing off the windows, thinking it was gonna be quick. It was not quick. Friggin', the paint wasn't even adhered to some of the trim. So the paint started coming off, and then trim's a little moldy, so then I had to fix that, and I had to prime it all again, and it was just one after the other. Just tell myself that all this prep is worth it. Prepping is always worth it. These outlets that you put in, I might need to change them.
For what?
A darker color. I'll change them myself, but you just have to check my work.
Sure.
Oh, I thought you'd be madder.
And what, white's not good enough for you?
No, because the room's gonna be dark.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be like, I feel like since we're spraying, that's why I'm putting in all the trim. The only issue is
Trim
that
same color?
everything.
Okay, yeah, sure.
The only thing is that like once the closets go in and the half wall go in, they might need to get cut.
You're gonna have to notch it in the corner.
Yeah, but I figure at least this saves time, maybe. Look how cupped this is, the drywall is. I stuffed a bunch of silicone in it and it obviously cracked and didn't fill. And then I learned later on that you could just do this. I would officially like to admit that I was wrong. I just cannot even out this strip. It has been so many levels of mudding. I'm giving it one last shot today, but I have to move on. Whoa, I can see even here how uneven the ceiling is. It's just rude. I just realized that I was just having a bad day yesterday. It's not me. I'm not the problem. I was partially the problem. I was just having a bad day. But she's back, baby. Look at this. Does this even need sanding? Where are those extra little ridgely bits? Where are they? Practically non-existent. Camera can't even focus because everything's just one smooth surface. This is my second last day of mudding. This is my, yes. Okay, it looks much better. I don't really see too many shadows. I can skim coat the rest of this today, and that is that. But I only have this much mud left. This much. Hopefully this will be enough for me to skim coat the whole room and then go pick up paint. And then we can paint. Actually, one more day. One more day of mudding. Just one more day. That glossy finish, smooth. I will. Okay, thank you. If you want updates in real time, I'm posting everything as I'm going along every day on Instagram stories. And then otherwise you can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Letitia Q. Please don't put me into Drywall's Anonymous. I surrender. I promise. I gotta get these nails off. I got some really cute nail magnetic stuff in the mail. Nail mail. And I'm just gonna do my nails instead today. I just wanna be a girl today. The drywall stuff is gone. I'm priming right after I sand right now. Also, I changed my clothes. And I know we're only in episode 2, but these are, I can't deal with these anymore. Lesson learned on the sheets is that no amount of mud can cover up a really shit sheet job. So I'm hoping that the primer won't catch any flaws that I missed with sanding. I'm pretty thorough with it, but I mean, I'll show you the close-ups. I'm quite happy with my work. I ended up filling these gaps here in the wood with a lot of wood filler. So now I'm going to re-prime it and then caulk it. I saw people do this for, what is that technique called? But that one that everybody's doing right now, that lime wash. Oh my God, lime wash. And that's how they blend their colors, but I'm gonna use it to not spread out my color on the whole tray. Yeah. I'm just gonna do this corner right here. And then I'm gonna sit with it. Ooh, this, spidey webs. Ooh, I love this edge thing. This looks like some horror movie demon possession. I'm scared. What do you think?
It's gonna be a womb.
A womb.
A womb.
Womb. It's been womb. The one problem with a very neutral boyfriend is no hard opinions. Every time, I don't know how many stops I've made at Home Depot at this point. We're not even going to talk about how many trips I've made to Home Depot, but I wanted to give a big thank you to the Home Depot who were generous enough to chip in for this project. Seriously, these things are not cheap. Any help I can get with building these projects goes a long, long way. Easy! But every time I go in, I just go into the paint aisle and I stare at all the colors and I'm like, are you sure there's not one you're missing? And I feel like I might have missed this one. If I could just get a color between these two, maybe this is the one I'm gonna go for. So if I don't like this new sample, I'm just going to mix it. And I'm gonna go right back to the store and pick up a dang quart. I don't think I've ever been this indecisive. Ooh. I don't think I've ever been this indecisive. What shade did I choose? Or chose this one. Okay, this is too chalky. Let's just paint this whole thing and then see. And then look at a bigger swatch. It dried way darker. You can even see still light versus dark parts. Okay, I'm gonna mix the two. While this dries, I'm going to start opening up those IKEA boxes that I've had sitting downstairs for months. Oh, ha ha ha, wow. Okay, I'm going. I'm doing it. I prepped the whole space. I really spent good time to prep. I wiped down all the doors, taped up edges, even though I was like, oh, I'm gonna be rolling these parts, but you could take off your door hardware, but I'm too lazy. It's only 2 doors, so I taped it up instead. Don't forget to tape up your pot lights and your outlets. I made a mistake between a quart and a gallon. I thought a quart was bigger than a gallon, so I got a gallon thinking it was gonna be that big tub, but I just got one can of paint for this whole room. So we'll see. Hopefully, maybe I can get one whole coat, and then worst case scenario, I'll get another tub of paint and do another coat. The only scary part is if there's discrepancy in the color because it's a custom color. Ooh, I'm excited, guys. think I have less than a half a can left already. It's always good to have a little roller. Anytime it looks a little thick, you just back roll it. While it's wet, it's better to take off some paint than having to sand teeny tiny corners. Will I miss it if it's not there? I don't know, but I just don't want it to look thick and gross. Okay, I'm gonna try the ceiling. I'm gonna try. Please. Okay, I think this is bottom of the barrel. I scraped it. Hello. We made it! Whoa.